Outer space has long been a source of fascination for humans. Looking up at the night sky, it's impossible not to be awed by the glistening stars, swirling galaxies, the intricate pattern of nebulae to the burning intensity of stars. The sight and phenomena of outer space are truly breathtaking. Despite our limited ability to travel beyond our own planet, humans have made incredible strides in exploring the cosmos, sending probes and rovers to exploring our solar system and peering deeper into the universe with powerful telescopes. The search for extraterrestrial life and the mysteries of dark matter and energy continues to fuel scientific curiosity and captivate the public's imagination. In the year 2075, space travel is no longer just a dream, but an everyday reality for mankind. Mankind has reached a point where journeying between Earth, the Moon, and the space stations is part of daily life. However, the progression of technology in space has also resulted in the problem of the space debris, which can cause excessive and even catastrophic damage to spacecraft and equipment. In today's video, we will be talking about Planet Test. Planet Test or Purana Tetsu or Wanderer is a Japanese hard science fiction manga written and illustrated by Makoto Yukimura. Makoto Yukimura is famously known for creating the highly praised manga Villain Saga. Planet Test was serialized in between January 1999 to January 2004, with its chapter collected into 4 volumes. It was later adapted into a 26-episode anime television series by Sunrise, who is famously known for producing Code Geass, Inuyasha, and Gintama.
Please respond! Anyone! Is anybody out there? Anybody, please come in! I'm right over here! Please, I'm right over here! Somebody, please help! Somebody!
Planet Test is set in the year 2075, when mankind have started fledging their occupancy into the solar systems. However, constant travel to and from between Earth and space have started generating debris in the Earth and Moon's orbits. A space accident caused by the debris, which led to the death of many passengers traveling in a space shuttle, led to many concern, and for the first time the debris have been considered as a threat in space. Thus, debris section is made. Debris section, as the name suggests, is assigned to collect debris to prevent any such tragic incident in the future. Ai Tanabe, an upbeat woman who interests lies in the cosmos, joined Technora Corporation as a member of the debris section, a department dedicated to the removal of dangerous space junk between the orbits of the Earth and Moon. However, Ai soon discovers how unappreciated her job is. As the laughingstock of Technora, the debris section is severely understaffed, poorly funded, and is forced to use a dilapidated spaceship nicknamed the Toy Box for debris retrieval. Undeterred, Ai perseveres and gradually becomes acquainted with the strange personality that make up the debris section staff, such as the bumbling but good-natured Philip Myers, the mysterious and tight-lipped temp worker Edgar Rivera, and the hot-headed and passionate Hashirota Hoshino, who longs for a spaceship to call his own.
Is that the guy? The idiot who says he's gonna buy a ship?
Buy himself a spaceship? Do they get that kind of pay down in half section?
Yeah, they get double pay because they've got half the people.
You think this is funny?
Huh?
Hachimaki? Is me buying a spaceship that funny to you?
Oh, no.
Come on, say
Senpai.
something!
Yeah, of course it's funny. What of it? It's funny when a punk from half section deludes himself with dreams.
Hey! What's wrong with dreams?
Planet Test is an uncommon find in science fiction anime, where the focus isn't on fighting aliens or mecha with a setting of outer space, but rather where the focus is on outer space itself and how it affects the people inhabiting it. Planet Test is about space debris collectors, in other words, garbage men in space. Honestly, I kid you not, this anime is about garbage men in space, yet the collection of debris is really just a tool to introduce greater concepts and develop characters. One of the great questions posed by the Planet Test is, why do we need to develop space at all? Some characters will give simple optimistic answers, ranging from collection of helium-3 as an energy source to simply because it's there. Planet Test managed to engage the viewer in not only answering the question as it applies to their fictional world, but making us realize of how every social, political, and moral motives in the series applies to our own societies.
Just when you thought you'd made yourself a friend, too.
When it's all said and done, people are alone. Even the stars that seem tightly packed in the night sky are actually separated by vast distances. In between those stars, there's nothing but dark, cold, cruel space.
Planet Test start off rather slow. In fact, the actual story doesn't even really pick up until about episode 10 or so. Before that, you're introduced to characters' personalities and dream and motives. All episodic, there's a lot of laugh and the show really takes itself too seriously. And then the second half of the show begins. This is where an arc begins to start. The show starts to have more continuity and basically it becomes more of a serious space drama show. This is when the show really kick it up a notch and become the masterpiece I think it is. The second half of the show offers some incredibly intense moments, lots of philosophical talk about whether space development is really needed for mankind, and focus more on character development too.
Don't give up, you idiot! I've got a lot more to do before I die! Clothes I want to own, places I want to go, all kinds of food I want to try!
One of the great strengths of Planet Test is in its worth as a sci-fi. Unlike most science fiction, where you get some far-fetched fiction backed up by some flimsy science, Planet Test put more emphasis on the science than the fiction. It constructs a futuristic vision that's so detailed and so well grounded in our current world that it seems inevitable that it will become a non-fiction in time. The amount of thought that's gone into this aspect of the show is apparent in its incredible attention to details. When in a weightless environment, the frame count dramatically increases in order to make weightless motion more fluid and realistic. Spaceships make no noise in space and the countless hazards of being an astronaut are just some example of the thing they thought about.
You know the procedure, right?
Yes, Senpai. I learned how in a workshop.
Okay, try to back away.
Right!
You moron, you're spinning because you're not thrusting through your body's center of gravity.
I'm sorry, Senpai.
You gotta be able to judge something's center of mass in a second, because when you're holding tools or debris, it's even harder to determine your center of gravity.
Yes, sir. Or more to the point, stop me!
The attention to detail was just superb. Just the little things included that would usually go unnoticed by the untrained eye, like the emphasis placed on the widgets, body mechanics in the environment of space, and the functionality of device use, all help in turning this piece of fiction into something science plausible. It all added to the practicality of the scenarios we were introduced to, giving off this feeling that the people behind the show's creation truly care about immersing the viewers into the project. The color choices were also utilized well, with monochromatic layouts used to emphasize the isolation and vastness of space, to the vibrant hues of luminescent blue used to give off a sense of warmth that radiated from Earth. It's little things like this that brought the show to life.
An astronaut? It's a real one!
Huh? Who the hell are you?
Diapers?
Hey, don't blow people off when they're talking to you.
Planet Test tackles a lot of ideas that aren't often trade upon in anime such as poverty, economy, terrorism, the value of life, and aspiration and the cost of humanity leaving Earth, and for that I commend it. It also suggests that exploring space might be bad for the human race. This especially took me off guard as I was expecting it to glorify the new frontier and capture the feeling of excitement of wanting to explore space. But then it also showed the bad side, how space development affects Earth and its inhabitants and the fact that humans were built for such a harsh environment. It creates a very interesting and unique dynamic of juggling the desire to explore space with the desire to not destroy yourself and the Earth.
Yuri, Tanabe, get down! Take cover!
What? What's wrong?
Characters are definitely the biggest plus to Planet Test. Hachimaki and I are excellent leading characters. In fact, all 26 episodes of Planet Test have some amazing character development. All the characters on the space debris crew have at least one episode where they get a decent amount of focus. In fact, pretty much everyone who gets a decent amount of screen time gets fleshed out. It's actually pretty amazing. All the characters are also very real feeling, and because of that, you see most of the characters' good side and ugly sides. There may be time when you dislike a character that you once liked, and over the course of the show, almost all the characters change in some ways. In a lot of shows, despite character development, all the characters seems to interact with each other in mostly the same way. But in Planet Test, all the interactions become different as characters change and know each other better. They even realize when someone has changed, It's a cool dynamic and adds a lot to the show.
Hey, 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 hey! I'm Robbie! That was great! You're hysterical! I haven't laughed this hard in a long, long time! All right, I'll find you a position over in General Affairs. How's that sound?
Yes, sir! Thank you so much, sir!
It's good to enjoy nonsense like this every so often.
For its time and even by today's standard, Planet Test was a beautiful anime. It's pretty difficult for a setting in space to look breathtaking and accurate, but the series is able to do both very well. The show boasts a variety of settings which provide us with a thorough picture of the future world. We get to see glimpses of struggling third world countries while being able to experience life in space corporations such as Technora. Details are kings in a series like Planet Test. The science fiction setting is extremely consistent and surprisingly believable. From the functionalities of the spacesuits to the law of gravity, spaceships and stations are very reminiscent of what we know to be real-life designs. Picking up space debris with mechanical arm is no walk in the park, and everything was taken into account, including the shine of the sun and the incredibly high velocity of objects moving in space. The crew at Sunrise has worked alongside Japan Aerospace Exploration Agency or JAXA in order to ensure that the anime can build a visually stunning yet accurate world. There's no heavy stylization on people, yet their faces remain expressive and small details such as facial injuries are not ignored.
Don't believe for an instant that there's a human being in this world whose life is worthless. Every single life is precious. Every one of them should be cherished.
Sound design in Planet Test is really good, with the silence of space often being used really effectively. All the sound effects of the suits and the ships are great and the soundtrack is fitting, with some really good tension building tracks and a lot of pieces that help emphasize the emptiness of space. Both the opening theme Dive in the Sky and the ending theme Wonderful Life are nice to listen to.
Chief, listen! Ninpo flying phone booth attack!
To conclude, Planet Test is an extremely enjoyable show, and one that may remain among my favorites for quite a long time. I can't say enough good things about the story and characters or the feeling I have while watching the series. From start to finish, Planet Test had me completely hooked. While the setting did sound silly at first, it only made me more curious towards what the series really had to offer. Once some of the harder-hitting episodic tales started coming up, Planet Test flexed its storytelling creativity and continued to keep me thinking while providing high-quality entertainment. The last third of the series blew by like a breeze, and before I knew it, there was nothing left to watch. The show gets full buck for enjoyment for me, and I hope it can do the same to you guys too. For the sci-fi fan, I would consider Planet Test a must-see. Guys, what do you think about Planet Test? Do you enjoy it? Do you not enjoy it? Do you see it as one of the best outer space series like I do, or do you have another way of looking at it? Let me know that kind of stuff in the comment below. That's all from me. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe for more. Tooga out.